Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Final Fantasy XVI, and yeah, we're going to be doing some side quests. So we're going to start with Torgal's side quest, then we're going to do Joshua's, then we're going to do Mid's. And then from there, we can choose whatever we want, but those three are important people to me, so we're going to start with those. Alright, so we're going to some island for Torgal right now.
It's still here. After all these years. Lots smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
Gosh, Torgal can't take a joke.
I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy.
Aw, it's just a father-son getaway. A man and his dog. This is gonna be heartwarming, isn't it? Might have a tinge of sadness knowing this game, but...
This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on.
Alright, come here, boy. Oh, what happened? Oh, my camera went wild there for a second. I don't know what happened.
You all right, boy?
Okay, let's do this thing.
Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
Oh, look at this.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
Oh my gosh, look at that puppy.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate.
Oh, did
You bring these here?
Torgal came back here?
My sparring sword.
Oh, they're gonna make me cry.
Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either.
Oh, that got me emotional. Oh my goodness, this game.
That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming.
He's like, this quest isn't over until we kill something.
I think I know where we're going.
Oh, it's a view of Rosaria. This sentimental-ass dog is making me emotional. What a good boy.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
All right. Well, that was awesome. More than words. The charred sparring sword, displayed in Clive's chamber. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. Rodney Murdoch. Clive's old sparring sword salvaged by a faithful friend in the aftermath of the Iron Blood invasion 18 winters past. We also got Cavil's Fang. Increases Torgal's attack potency.
Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
Okay. Now, which mission is the one for Joshua? Okay, where there's a will. Quest 1, we've already got it marked. Joshua has received a message from Cyril saying that something akin to their father's last will and testament has been found. He suggested that he and Clive make for Tabor to learn more. Okay, so somewhere in here, right? Can't remember exactly where Tabor is. There it is. That's right. Okay, cool. You've got something new?
Here, take a look at my wares.
A clutch mine.
Take care.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. Prithee enter.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
They just made this guy look like Jack and
You
Hagar.
found a letter from Father.
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might, we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength and courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, your father.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the burning quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies.
Dad had plans.
With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
Color me intrigued.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Huh.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. Do we know where the archive is? I don't know where the archive is. Have we been to the archive? I don't have the best memory in the world, but I don't think so. So, Archduke Elwyn's testament. Oh, it's in town.
This is the Requietry, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings. Fragments of Ultima's true nature surely lie buried within these pages. We have only to unearth them.
Okay. I was gonna see if I could recognize her. Maybe she's somebody that we'd met at some point, but I don't think so. I mean, she kind of looks like she could be like Karen's older sister or something. Lord Cyril. Acolytes stationed across Valisthea reported a curious change in the primeval structures we have come to refer to as monoliths, following the fall of Drake's Tail and the change in the skies. Allow me to present the preliminary findings of our archaeologians' investigations into those monoliths most near at hand. We were able to visually confirm the activation of the structure in the northern reaches of the Velcroy, but a sandstorm forced our temporary retreat. We will make a second attempt when the wind drops. In Dracos Deep, our team was able to make direct contact with the monolith. However, no further change was observed upon touching its surface, nor upon dealing it several stout blows with both fist and blade. Whatever the purpose of its activation, it would appear to be other than that of the defensive echoes we have encountered among previous relics of the Fallen and their predecessors. We shall continue our investigations both of the monoliths proper and of any historical writings that might refer to them, and inform your lordship forthwith should they produce any discoveries of note. May the Phoenix's flame burn ever in your heart. Tomaj, Second Order of Archaeologians. The First Order of Archaeologians, Dalmekian Wing, 53rd Monthly Report, Item 1. Further discoveries from the Acolyte ensconced within the recently displaced mountain dwellers' remote settlement. The diminutive, yes, there we go, tribe's main village appears to be in receipt of regular deliveries of supplies from Hugo Kupka's Men of the Rock. On inquiring with the locals, it became apparent that they have the deepest respect for the one they call Lord Kupka. But whether he has merely bought their loyalty, or if there is some deeper connection between the tribe and Titan remains unclear.
The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know. There are others, each working for their own ends. Why, not so very long ago, a society committed to discovering how one might cast magics without a catalyst was found to be operating throughout Valisthea. They were denounced as heretics, rooted out, and driven from our shores, never to be seen again.
Okay, it's kind of interesting.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
All right, time to do it then. We've only fought one griffin in this game, haven't we?
The griffin your father meant to slay is currently nesting in Titan's Wake, not far from here. Slay it in his stead, and claim the Heartstone that he could not.
You got it. All right.
Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Okay, right there. Yeah, this exit. Okay, dip to the left. And go around. Alright, I haven't fought in this game for something like 2 weeks, so I need to get back into
Straight
this.
home now.
Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have too hard of a time getting back into it. That felt pretty good. Okay, so right now we have the Titan block on. Okay, cool.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Very nice. Nice. All I needed was that little sliver. I was like, just give me the opportunity and I'll kill him. Okay, there's that Heartstone. Good stuff.
Heartstone.
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And a Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame, is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion. And the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
You know, when they wrap things up so well, before you
Clive.
go to your final fight,
He's waiting.
you have to wonder if you're gonna survive that final fight. I'm a little bit worried, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a new mission or one that we've started and just need to continue that isn't marked right now.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Okay.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Yeah, this set of side quest chains is going to be a couple more episodes.
When last I heard from him, the Third Chair was bound for Mickleburg. If you mean to seek him out, my lord, I can think of no better place to start.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
Okay. Let's finish this quest for Joshua and myself. Visit our dad's grave.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. We've overcome Father's political enemies. That I'm certain. Especially knowing what we know now. I was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
is just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
He was doing their salute.
We won't lay you down.
Grasping the sword face down straight in front of you. That was nice.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
Well-constructed moment.
And to a new beginning.
Man, this shit has me worried. They're really tying up thematic threads between these characters. I don't know if everybody in this group right now is going to be coming back. The question is who dies? If somebody's going to die, who? Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua's joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Okay. I know, he's been with me. That was... What? I'm aware. Thank you, though. Okay. Okay, what is that one? Aiming high. Which one is for Midadal? Yeah, I know. Just get rid of one of the other ones, please. I'm good. Altiel and Karava. Okay, it is that one. Cool. Anything in Martha's Rest? No, not right now. We might have finished that stuff. Might be done with Martha's Rest. Okay, so what am I looking here in Altiel? Obtain oil.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
Let's see, are the bodies taken down now, or are they still kind of hanging out? Maybe I don't want to know. They were over that way, right?
This should be enough.
Okay, and then the other one, Desert in Karava. Okay, right in there. We'll check that shop, see what's new there.
Good day.
Already bought that. Is it just the clutch mine again?
May we meet again.
Are those bellows easy to run?
Come on. Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise talker, where would you hide?
All right, big guy.
It looks like we found him.
Easy. Boom, we are tearing through these guys. We've beaten Svarog already. You're gonna have to try harder.
I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Ooh, nice. New reward.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
What did we get? If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits have made its way across the seas to the great continent. What is more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman. Gareth. Genji's gloves.
All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Okay, Genji's gloves. Increase damage dealt to enemies by 5%. Okay. I'm good with what I've got. Alright, so if we build this airship, then we're gonna take that to Origin, right? Right.
Mid, tell me this is all you need.
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me this is all you need.
It's most of what I need.
Naturally.
After you left, I went over the figures again, and I realised I'd forgotten a 1 and a 0.
And
a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Though, that's the problem. Gears that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling over.
wait. The children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would they... You know what? I don't want to know. I'll keep working on the model. You go and find that cog.
Alright, cool. Bringing the kids back into it. Okay, let's go get it.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's fine.
And she hates you.
She's just busy working on her next project.
A new invention? What is it? What is it? Is it an airship? I bet it's an airship!
It is,
You
actually.
think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special, something only you three can provide. A brass gear. A tiny one. One that might fit on, say, a set of scales?
Oh, the one you forgot! We remember!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the bag of bits.
Everybody's got to have a bag of bits. For me, it's a drawer,
Since your
but...
lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling everything we can find.
Oh, no.
All the pieces that are left over, we keep under our beds, just in case.
Oh, no. That's awful.
Good to know.
Look,
We've created monsters.
I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your
Hoard.
hoard. Just in case.
Oh my god,
Thanks,
that's
Sid.
awful. Alright, so half the shit around the base is gonna start falling apart slowly. Because they're all missing a screw or two.
Well, did they have it?
They did. And they kept it somewhere nice and safe. Will it work?
Will it work? He's perfect! You're a genius, Clive.
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important job of all. The wings aren't going to move on their own, but with the right cog in the right place, well, you just wait and see.
For a whole airship? That tiny little cog? Whatever you say, Mid. I trust you. I trust you, girl. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freaked out.
Should do her.
Oh, she's making a miniature. I thought she was going all the way. Right off the bat, but I guess not.
Here goes nothing.
That makes more sense. Okay. I'm sorry I doubted you, girl. Okay? I love your accent.
Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other.
Too real.
People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
Damn, okay. It's like everything she's worked for. That's crazy.
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone.
Respect.
Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out.
So somebody else can create the war machine.
I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
She just called you gormless.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
The model airship displayed in Clive's chambers.
What shall I do with your model? You spent a lot of time on it. We both did.
What, that old thing? Not healthy to cling to your failures, Clive. They'll weigh you down, you know.
Sound advice.
Still, I suppose my prototypes will probably be worth a fair bit when I'm as famous as Bart's the Builder. Seeing as you're always strapped for coin, suppose I can give it to you.
Huh.
Just make sure you get a good price when you do come to part with it.
I'd say that was up to you as much as me.
All right, Clive.
Ask about the Enterprise.
Enjoy it while you can, Clive.
Because once that crystal's cracked, I'm going through with my plan. Won't be easy turning my back on a dream I chased for so long. But you know what the best thing about dreams is, Clive. They're never in short supply. We keep talking like I'm the only one ever to have set her sights on the skies, when there might be someone up there already. Yeah.
Imagine that, eh?
I think the god that we're gonna kill is technically an alien. Maybe. Kind of seems that way. Hey, maybe when his Imperial Fancy Pants gets back, I can ask him to take me up there so I can see for myself. Till then, though, I'll be down here with everyone else dreaming away. Yeah, technically, me and him did fight in space. Wow. I forgot about that. And now I'm remembering it, and it was such a glorious fight. Oh my god, that fight was so damn cool. Oh my goodness, what a cool fight. So many cool fights in this game. Ask about Origin. Oh, couldn't you have chosen somewhere a bit more down to earth for your chat with Ultima? Then I could have come with you, finally made a name for myself instead of sitting on my arse while his Imperial Fancy Pants gets all the glory. That is the best name for Dion, isn't it? Imperial Fancy Pants.
Make a name for yourself.
Without the Enterprise, we wouldn't have saved Jill, wouldn't have made it to Ash, wouldn't have escaped from Stone here with our lives. None of this would have been possible had you not followed your dream and kept your promise to Sid. Now I must keep mine.
You better bloody had to, and all.
Or I'll be having his name back. Give it to Gav, maybe. Or Jill. Definitely Jill. You know? She'd make a great Sid. I'd be okay with that.
Give a melon off, Clive.
Okay. A new quest? Oh my goodness. Because, you know, we didn't have enough to do already. Actually, that might just be a follow-up to the quest we've already done. No, I don't think it gives you that marker when that's all it is. So, I think it is a new quest. Kinda wish they had a second opening here. Okay, what is it this time? Concern for Jill. Alright, a fine hound. The two of you have been together for what probably feels like a lifetime now, but there is still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. He'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth if it meant protecting you, but that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of Kupo nuts. You do good to remember that, Karen. Thanks, Mom. I'll remember that, Mom. Concern for Jill. Though her Eikon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we would be poor friends indeed if we do not seek to lighten that burden. Even but only a fraction before we part for the skies. I would speak on this more in private. Okay.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
See, now I almost want to leave that one to last, because I want to, like, end these side quest lines with something good. And doing one for Jill seems about right. So we're going to do a lot of the other side quests before doing that one, I think. Alright, we're starting to fill it out. How many empty spots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 empty slots. Alright. Well, I think this is where we end this episode. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the next episode, we continue doing more side quests. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Chris Smith, Vlado101, Andy Ford, The Blue Electric Cat, Angel Mejia, Black Mamba 90, and Kyle Schluter. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.